Hello everyone, I have a question for you. Do you need the new color cubes by Renae Clark? That's the question we're going to answer in this video. We're going to talk about the differences between the new cubes, that's these two boxes right here, and the old cubes backed by little Rosie there. We're going to talk about what has been updated, the new prices, and like I said, do you really need the new color cubes? Do you own the previous set? Do you need the new one? If you've never purchased them before, is now the time to purchase them? So many questions to answer, and I hope by the end of this video you'll feel confident and know whether these new cubes are for you or not. Alright, so how should we begin this?
Well, I guess you have a few different people, right?
Yes. We have people who have never purchased a color cube before and maybe never even heard of what a color cube is. We have people who have already purchased the color cubes and they love them or use them, or they sit on their desk looking beautiful and they're wondering whether they need the new color cubes.
And then I would say there's a third one, people who've purchased the original, but maybe they just find they don't really use them very much.
Yeah. And will these ones be more usable and make you pull them out more often if you were to purchase them?
Right.
And I have one bonus question. If you do buy the new color cubes, what do you do with your old ones?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good
so
question.
That's a bonus question that I think we're going to answer. Okay, so I think what will be fun is let's go ahead and open up the color cubes and talk about what they are. I haven't opened them up other than just to this state right here, so I haven't seen them other than the big announcement video that Renae Clark did on her channel a few days ago, and we'll link to that video so you can go and hear her explanation of why she decided to do brand new volumes. So she didn't just add 2 more volumes, she redid the first 2 volumes and then added 2 more volumes. So we have 1,000 palette cards here.
Oh, really? Wow.
1,000 of them. So that's pretty cool. And Rose is very interested. I think she wants to get down. What do you think?
Do you want to get down?
Yeah. This is Rose.
Oh, I think she just wants a treat. That's what it is.
This is Rose, and I also have, you're hearing his voice, my husband and business partner, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
And he's excited to see these too and see how they have changed. So let's start by opening up volume 1 and 2. So previous to October 2025, if you purchased the color cubes, you got the back 2 that are back there, and we'll show the differences here as we go.
But Rosie needs a treat.
Oh. All right. I'd already given her a treat, but if she needs more, then she needs more. Okay, there you go, little sweetheart. She did shake my hand.
Yeah.
Paw, so.
She worked hard for that treat.
Okay, let's flip this around. And I think I'm going to have to move this box here, Steve, if you'll take this one.
Okay.
And we'll open this up, and let me show you straight down what it looks like. Just like last time when we opened it, and I'll put a link to that video. That was back in April 2024 when I first opened up her color cubes and explored them. So there's 2 videos from that series that you would be interested in. So go check that out. So it looks the same this way. It says open here. Let's see if it, yeah, and it says how to show off your coloring and your decorating and whatever you do, you're creating with these. And it says a new world of color inspiration waits inside. So I think that's all the same. This is the same. And here are the new boxes. Wow, they are considerably heavier. They are made of wood now instead of cardstock. I'm going to pull out these 2. And let's go ahead, Steve, will you pull out the other 2 from the black box?
Sure.
Volumes 3 and 4, and we'll just get them all up here so we can look at all of them. So this is new. She's calling this a band to put around the color cubes. So if they're sitting on a shelf in a store, you can tell what they are and what's inside. See, it says 250 premium color palette cards inside this one. And there's 11 collections inside, which is part of the new stuff. So now we have volume 1 and 2, and now brand new 3 with a black background behind the color squares, and 4. Can't get them all on the screen, they're all too big. But they're all here. So I'm going to take all the plastic off and let's take a close look. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is the color of the box. And I know for the old version, she used the CMYK color patterns to create the gradient or the color dispersion on the boxes. And then she included stickers. Where did my sticker go? Here we go. A sticker that you could put on so that you knew which volume you had. Now for the new box, they're made out of wood, and the color gradient that she put on it, I think is different on each box. So you get a little different look. So you don't need to put the number on if you don't want to, but you can. Okay, that's really snug. I love that they're wood now, but they are considerably heavier, so you might want to keep that in mind. This is what the band looks like. It's got information about what volume you have inside the band, how to use the cards. Everything is here on the band, so that's handy, but I don't think I'll save it. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll hang on to it. Let's go ahead and move these other ones back and show you. Here is the old box and the new box. So cardboard and wood. And you can see this one, the old box, had one row of color that would come off when you lifted the lid, like that. So that's how big the lid was for volume 1. And then when you take the lid off of this guy, I think I did it right. No, I did it upside down. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, it's actually, the lid is almost bigger. It has 3 rows of color, so it's almost bigger than the base. It is. It's bigger than the base. Let me show you that from a different direction. So here is the lid, and here is the base. They really are quite heavy, which is good. It's going to last a long time, but it's a little trickier to manage for me. Okay, so let's look straight back down again. Over here in the olden days, you would get 250 cards plus right here it was like the instructions, an instruction card, and the cards looked like this. Let me grab one from the center. Yeah, oh, that's a pretty one. Now you have a card number, you have all of the different, you have the image and then the inspirational colors, and then on the back you would have the same inspirational colors with a light, medium, dark of each, a name, and a hex number, which we discussed last time, over a year ago, what the hex number is. So Steve, will you explain to them again what a hex code is so they'll know what that number represents?
Yeah, I don't know how deep you want to get into it. But just basically it's used in computer programming, mainly web development,
Okay.
to specify the number. So if you're in HTML and you want to say, I want this color to be red, then you use the hex number
Okay.
to tell it that that's the color.
The
and
very
it's,
specific
yeah, and
red.
it's 0 through 9 and then A through F. Through that combination of letters and numbers, the first 2 represent the red. If you think RGB, the first 2 characters are red, the next 2 are green, and the last 2 are blue. And through all those combinations, it makes over 16 million different color combinations doing it that way. So.
Right. We're going to talk a little bit about Sarah Renae Clark's color system, which is partly what she did when she upgraded the system. Is she came up with her own, how many colors was it? 541 colors that she came up with, a name for each of those colors, which she talked about in her video how hard that was, because what's beige, what is fuchsia, so she had to kind of figure that out, and then she assigned to each of those names a hex code, a CMYK, RGB, all these numbers that mean stuff to different industries. So if you're a photographer, which stuff do you use when you're printing a photo, Steve?
Well, photography is a little different because you're using RGB mostly,
right,
for editing.
So
because you're on your
the
screen editing and RGB.
And RGB.
Yeah, and then when it prints, it just depends on the printer. If most of the time they're going to be using CMYK on the printer, so it has to do this conversion. But then there are printers that have more than CMYK, so
wow,
they can still just use RGB and it converts it to whatever.
There really is so many different color systems out there. It's really overwhelming. And so I really applaud Sarah for her hard work at trying to come up with one system that will work across all of her products here.
I can't even imagine how much work this was.
I can't imagine either. This is crazy. So let's go ahead and look. Rose wants to look too. Let's look at volume 1 and see what you get from inside. So now you've seen what we had in the old volume 1. In the new volume 1, you'll see the very first picture, I bet, is different. Still the same format. You get a number in the top right, top left, a photo, a selection of 5 colors pulled from that photo. And then on the back, we have all 5 colors again. And then we have a light, medium, and dark for each of those colors. So I know from what I did my research on, yeah, see, 001 is new now. So if you were wondering if they're new, there are duplicates. She saved the favorites from volume 1 and 2. And I think she removed 100 of them.
I think that's what you said.
I think that's what I told you, that she removed 100 cards and put in 100 new ones in volume 1 and 2, and then volumes 3 and 4, 500 new cards. So if you love these, and maybe you're getting a little tired with the selection that you were given, then this is going to up your game from 500 to 1,000 cards. So that's pretty cool. But there will be duplicates from the old volume 1 and 2 into the new volume 1 and 2. Do you want to get down? I think she does. Here we go. We'll bring her back if she changes her mind. Okay, so back to the new box. We've got this nice deep lid, which she's imagining you could take out a section of these cards and organize them and sort through them here in this nice deep lid. That's one reason why this lid is the way it is. She's got a number 1 again, so you can put that sticker on just like for the old volumes 1 and 2. And now this is what I'm really excited about, is what's in this little envelope right here. So let's open it up. And inside, I think it's really nice that she's sorted it this way so that these stay pristine until you get them. If they get shaken around in the shipping box, they don't get folded or messed up. So we have one instruction card right here, which she says you can use as a bookmark. That's what she envisioned. And then we have 11 category cards. So each of the volumes gets 11 categories in them. And then she has a little thumbnail shot of each of them on the card there, as you can see. And then if you flip this over, all the numbers are there. So that helps us keep them organized, you guys, which was one thing I did not like about the old system, is I was afraid to get my cards out of order so far that then it's not fun anymore, because I worry about my cards being in order. So this is going to help us not only find cards faster, but keep our organization system all in check.
Nice.
So give me just a minute. I'm going to put these in. So for instance, this one is 01 through 025. So I would go find 25. Well, this goes in the front. What am I saying? And then this one starts at 26.
Well, and I noticed they had names on them too. right? The names of the tabs.
So we have, I'll read all of them to you here in a minute once we have all of them open. In fact, give me a minute. I'm going to go through and get all of 4 of the new boxes open and all of the category cards in place, and then I'll read you the category cards for each of the 4 boxes, and then you'll know what, maybe there's a box that you would be excited about over a different box.
I noticed on the inside there she printed that too.
Oh, with all the categories. That's really cool. Let me show you right here in here. So it shows you the 11 categories for each of the 4 volumes. So that's really handy. Very well thought out so far. I'm impressed. So let me get all of the category cards set, and then we'll read them together. Okay, I just finished organizing them, and I gotta say, I really appreciate the aesthetics that they have set up here for the packaging, for the overall look and the design. Like, for instance, here, this Color Cube Volume 2 has a pink, bright pink interior. That same pink is also repeated right here with the band that went around the box when it originally came. So we have Volume 2 with the pinks in here. Even the colors repeat when they show the different volumes on the inside of the band here. You've got the teal, the pink, the yellow, and the purple. The design is just really neat. The packaging, beautiful packaging always makes me really happy. So these 4 boxes laid out here in front of me like this makes me very happy. All right, let's go ahead and read the different categories now, like I promised, so that you can see if you need all 4, or maybe there's just 1 or 2 boxes that would fit your aesthetic or the design needs that you have. So let's look straight down, and I will read in Volume 1, you get Enchanting Landscapes, Sandy Shores, Bold and Bright, Beautiful Food, Natural Wonder, Summer, Autumn, Winter, Spring, Christmas Season, and Sweet Valentine. That's Volume 1. All right. In Volume 2, the pink box, you get Amazing Places, Ocean Life, Spectacular Skies, Cityscapes, Everyday Life, Fun and Festive, Petals and Blooms, Farmer's Table, Cosmic Wonders, Smooth Gradients, and Wonderful Wildlife. All right, the brand new Volume 3. Let's read what you get here in the golden yellow box. Breathtaking sunsets, coastal views, floral arrangements, interior design, majestic mountains, neon glow, sugar rush, retro flair, rainbows, fancy foods, and beautiful birds. And then finally, in Volume 4, the purple box, you get Cakealicious, Cyberpunk, Fantasy, Pastel Tones, Vintage Vibes, Into the Woods, Architecture, Juicy Fruits, Bugs and Butterflies, Wedding Bliss, and Signature Drinks. Okay, hopefully reading those helps you envision what's in each box. Some of them are really like pastel tones. You can imagine what those would look like, but others like, which one was it Retro Flair? I wasn't quite sure what that is, so let me show you that one, if I can keep it from, there we go. Here we are. This one's Retro Flair. Look how pretty. This one seems like palettes that Steve would like. Really pretty. So some of them are really self-explanatory, others not so much. I noticed that they aren't like equal as far as each set has 25 palettes. They kind of move around. Some of them have more, some of them have less. So that's interesting too. All right, so what exactly is different between these 4 cubes and those 2 cubes? First off, she went through and she found 541 colors that go throughout all the cards. So for instance, if you pull this very first card here in Amazing Places, this one right here, and then you look at the back, you've got all these different card color names that she has come up with. So we have Capel, Scobuloff, Raisin Black, Dim Gray, Light Brown, Marigold. Oh, and Gray, I wanted to mention that she has 2 versions of these now. She has the sort of UK version with UK spellings. So I have the American version, so my Gray is spelt with an A. If you are in Australia or in Europe, I think you get the UK version where your Grays will be spelt with an E. So that's another change that she did. A lot of these changes were because of customer feedback and things that her customers wanted. Okay, so the 541 colors is really important because if you noticed on some of the old cards, you would have, she showed one that was the color mint, and there were 2 greens and they were both named mint, but they had different hex colors. So she wanted to make sure that every single color that appeared on your cards would have its own name, and you wouldn't have, like for instance, we have 2 greens here. What if they were both named green? That's not very helpful now, is it? So she worked really hard on getting all of the colors put together in that manner so that it works well in the cards, but also works well on her digital version. We're not going to talk about the digital version today because it's not released yet, so I haven't seen it. It's going to come out, I think, December 2025, and she does talk about it on her video, so I'll let her talk to that. And then maybe if you want me to, when the digital version comes out, we can look at it together and decide if the digital version is something that you need or not. So that's one big change, was the 541 color names. Now another change she did, of course, is that she went through, and some of the cards in volumes 1 and 2, she kind of felt like they weren't as strong as some of the other cards. And so that's why she got rid of 100 of them and saved 200. Am I remembering this right, Steve? Yeah, 100 palettes from the original cubes have been retired in this update. 600 new color palettes across the 4 volumes. So there's 400 from the original 2, and then 600 brand new ones. And she went through, and none of these pictures are AI. She made sure of that. She wanted actual photographs, and she went through and would take the photo, and in her software, I'm not sure which software she used. There's a lot of softwares out there that do this, where you take a photo and you can use a color picker to pick a color out of it. One that we really like is Adobe Color. You can upload your own photos in Adobe Color and do this, pull out colors, and it will give you this kind of information, the hex information, everything like that. I love that one. Isn't that one pretty? I haven't pulled out one that I don't like yet. There are some that I'm a little worried about. Do you want to see the ones I'm worried about?
Sure.
And then we'll talk more about what's new. Was it in volume 3? Yeah, neons in volume 3. Let me pull out that group. I do like having them organized, but it kind of takes away from that game where you just randomly choose one that we used to do when it was volume 1 and 2. But check out these ones.
Oh, wow.
They all kind of have a similar color palette. So I was a little worried about that. You see what I mean? There's a few variances, but they're all very similar.
Yeah.
So
That's still fun, though.
Oh, really fun. Can you imagine the things we could color with those color palettes? I'm just wondering if she needed that many in the neon group. Only time will tell as we use them, whether that is the case or not. And does it go here?
It's back by Sugar Rush, I think, and Retro Flare.
Okay. I want to keep them all just right, you guys. Let's see, is it in front of Sugar Rush? 620, 621. Yep, okay.
That was nice that you were able to figure that out.
Yeah, you can figure it out. So It's not, and I should have used my bookmark. If I had used the bookmark, I would have found it really fast where it belonged.
Yeah.
So I think those bookmarks that she provided are going to be really helpful. Okay, so the index cards are new. We've talked about that. The fact that the boxes are now wooden and have a different color design on each of the 4 volumes, that's new. The belly band around the boxes, those were new. The lids are now usable instead of just really thin lid. We've got a big, thick, chunky lid that we can sort cards into. So maybe there's like 10 you're trying to pick from, or maybe you're trying to combine 3 or 4 of them into one really pretty color scheme. You can put them all in the lids. So I like that. Okay, so it kind of comes down to the biggest change here is that we have more color palettes, way more, double the color palettes, and we have them organized better in nicer, newer boxes. So that brings me to the question that I started the video with. Do you need the new color cubes? I was lucky enough to be gifted these color cubes, and I want to thank Sarah Renae Clark for sending them to me. I was really excited about that. Would I purchase these on my own? I think I would, you guys. Now, part of that is because I am a huge color nerd and I love systems like this. We've shown other systems that have colors and cards and inspiration.
They're all really cool, aren't they?
I love things that I can hold in my hand. I just love it. I'm not as excited about the digital version, although the digital version is mind-blowing. They're going from a PDF list of the different palettes that were in volume 1 and 2 to a full-on
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
usable app. It's going to be amazing. So I'm going to wait and hold my judgment till I actually see it. But this was what I was really excited about. Yes, I think I would buy it. Okay, so let's talk prices. I went back and I checked how much I paid for the boxes back in April 2024, and the prices have gone up maybe $4 or $5 per box is all. So really a reasonable amount for all the extras that we're getting, the wood box, the index cards, and the fact of inflation. I think it's a really reasonable amount to go up. So for one box, let's say you wanted to buy just box 1, that box would cost you $45. Now, if you want up to 2 boxes, maybe you're going to buy box 3 and box 2, then that will cost you $70 for those 2 boxes. So it drops from $45 way down to $35 when you do it that way. But of course, the best deal is to buy all 4, and you get all 4 for $130. These are all U.S. prices as of October 2025 on her website. So that's only $32.50 per box when you buy all 4 boxes in a bundle. And then there's also the upsell of the digital version, which is going to have a subscription, I believe, a subscription cost. But there's also some free stuff there that you get. I don't know all that yet. We're going to learn that when the digital version comes out. So I think they're a reasonable price. They're not really, really expensive, but they're not really, really cheap either. But the quality, once you get this in your hand, you're going to see what I mean about them being hefty and very high quality. The cards are all like a matte print rather than having, let me pull the very last one. Ooh, pretty. They're all matte prints, so you don't get that glare and that shine. They're really easy to read. I like them. They're, that's basically what they were like originally. Okay, so now that we've talked about all the new things and we're all excited about this shiny new product, let's go back to the original question. Do you really need the new color cubes? And we broke it into 3 different people. So let's talk about each of the 3 people. First person, you don't have it, you don't even have the original 2, and you're really interested in it. I would tell you, yes, you need to purchase it. At least a couple of them. Once you hit up to the 2 boxes, you start getting that really good, deeper discount. So I would get at least 2 boxes. But if you have full set syndrome like me and you need the full thing, then get all 4. I give you permission. I think it'd be an awesome Christmas gift to give yourself or someone that you know loves color like you do. It's good. It's high quality. They're going to last a long time. I think they're awesome. So if you've been waiting to pull the trigger, I think now's the time to do it and really enjoy it. And I would recommend you use our link in the video description. It doesn't cost you any extra to use our link, and it helps our company. We get a little kickback from Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, second category. Let's say you have the original 2 color cubes and you love them. Use them all the time. They inspire you. Should you purchase the new sets? And if so, which ones?
Especially 1 and 2. Yeah.
Should you repurchase 1 and 2, or should you just purchase 3 and 4? I would highly recommend at least purchasing 3 and 4. If you use the color cubes and you love them, then you need the new colors. You need more inspiration. I know the more you're in those decks, the more you get to know the colors, and it would be nice to have a new, fresh set of palettes to look at. Do you need box 1 and 2? I would say if the organizing of the new set really appeals to you, then it might be worth repurchasing the new set. You get the nice boxes and the indexes, and all the color names are all sorted out better for us now. So yeah, if you own them and you love them, I would highly recommend looking into getting all 4 again. And again, is that a little bit of full set syndrome kicking in? Yes, it is, because we want the full set. You gotta have it all. Okay, the third person. You have the 2 color cubes, but they just sit on your desk looking pretty and you don't use them. Should you purchase these? That's the group that I would say no to. If that's your situation, you're not pulling out your cards. When you do, they only kind of inspire you. You don't find them super useful, or you don't even think to pull them out. I would tell you to hold off and not purchase them, and maybe look into other color picking systems if you're still struggling with picking colors. There's a lot of awesome systems, including the one that we have here at Coloring Bliss, that can help you pick colors, and maybe this format is just not for you. So that would be the group that I would say pass on this particular purchase. All right, the last question that we have that we need to discuss is, if you already own these 2 cubes back here and you're purchasing all 4 now, what should you do with your old 2 cubes? So I have 2 suggestions, and Steve thought of this one too. The first one would be to donate them. If you've got a friend that colors and maybe they can't afford to purchase the full set of these beautiful color cubes, you would make their day if you gave them those old color cubes. Another place I would look into donating them to would be like a high school, like an art class. I think that a group of high school students would really get a lot of use out of a system like this. Even an elementary school art class would really get a lot of use out of it. The second idea for you, and this is probably what I'm going to do, is I'm going to pull these color cubes out when my nieces and nephews and grandchildren are around, because they can get into those boxes now, mix them up all they want, get their sticky fingers on them, even accidentally color on a few, and it's not going to hurt my feelings because I have my pristine, perfectly organized 4 set right here that I'll just... No, those are just, for grandma. That was for the auntie, that's all. So that's probably what I'll do with my extra color cubes. Okay, so I encourage you to visit the video description, because in there I have a link to Sarah Renae Clark that you can use for all these products. I also have a link to her video where she released these, and maybe it will answer even more of your questions. I also have a link to our old video back in April. There's 2 links there. One of them is me unboxing the original set, and I have a lot of great information there, including an interview with Sarah Renae Clark. And then there's a second video that we filmed where I actually randomly picked 4 different cards and did coloring with them and colored these adorable little monsters, and it turned out so cute. And so if you want to see the cards in action, you can check out that video. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that I've answered your question of whether you need the new color cubes or not. Comment below in the video comments. I'd love to know, are you running out and purchasing it right away? Are you going to wait? Which person are you? Are you the full set syndrome, gotta have it all? Or can you hold off and be happy with the 2 cubes that you already own? Comment below. I'd love to know which person you are. Thank you again, Sarah, for sending these our way. I'm so excited to share this with all of our community, and I hope you all have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye, everyone.